there is a river that has run through Ethiopia for centuries. Long before borders and politics, the Blue Nile carved its way through mountains and valleys, feeding land, life, and legend. Generations watched it flow beautiful, vast, and untamed. But for all its strength, it had never truly belonged to the people who lived closest to it. Until now, in the heart of Ethiopia, there grew a dream, a quiet, persistent one. What if the river that had always passed through their land could finally serve their people? What if it could light their homes, power their cities, and bring hope where there had only been struggle? For decades, the idea seemed impossible, too expensive, too ambitious, too bold for a nation that had often been underestimated. But the dream didn't die. It simply waited for its moment and for a leader willing to chase it. That leader came in the form of Dr. Abiy Ahmed. He didn't invent the dream, but he refused to let it stall. Under his watch, the people came together, not just politicians and engineers, but farmers, teachers, students, and taxi drivers. They gave what they could. Some gave money, some gave time, others gave faith. What they built wasn't just a dam, it was a collective act of belief. Stone by stone, day by day, the grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam rose from the earth. It wasn't easy. There were critics at home, pressure from abroad, and voices that warned of conflict. But the dam kept growing, and so did the unity behind it. People didn't just watch from a distance, they owned it. Children learned its name before they learned their own alphabets. Elders prayed for its success. Entire villages rallied around its progress. And when the first drops of water gathered behind the dam, it wasn't just an engineering milestone. It was a moment of deep national pride. The river was still the river, but now it was also a source of light. In homes that had never known electricity, bulbs flickered on. In towns long forgotten by infrastructure, there was new life. Factories buzzed, streets lit up, and the future, once a fragile promise, felt real. For many, this was more than progress. It was proof. Proof that Ethiopians could shape their own destiny. That dreams, even the old ones, can come true if enough hands carry them. That a country can rise, not by asking for help, but by standing on its own and daring to try. The dam stands now not just as a structure, but as a symbol of what's possible when a nation chooses hope over hesitation, of what happens when rivers that once only passed by are finally welcomed home. And though there is still work to do and challenges ahead, one thing is clear: the people of Ethiopia turned a river into a future, and they did it together.